Christy Harrison, and I work in N'Djamena, Chad. I'm a midwife. I work at a local hospital.
Peter Sensenig, also in N'Djamena, working at a Christian university and also in Muslim Christian peace building.
Chad is one of the most dangerous countries in the world to give birth in, and a lot of my work is helping to encourage, develop, and equip the Chadian team so that we can make birth safer for women there. Most of my colleagues are Chadian Christians, and we start the day off with prayer and singing. Any major meeting involves prayer time together, so it's been fun to be part of a team that is really seeing this work as a ministry. Sometimes I think it's hard for me to step out of my Western mentality of you see a challenge, you address it directly, you work through it, and you change it. And realizing that, first of all, as an outsider, I don't always understand the nature of the challenge or the best way to approach it. For me, it's been a journey of being willing to spend more time listening, spend more time trying to understand the complexity of the situation before jumping into immediately trying to figure out the solution.
One of my favorite parts of my work has been co-teaching along with a Cameroonian colleague. And the first time we co-taught a course together, students came up afterwards and said, we were not sure how this was going to work. We'd never seen this done before. What is this co-teaching thing? But in a sense, we are modeling dialogue in the classroom. We are supplementing what each other say. We're bringing different gifts and backgrounds, and it's been really rich. So working with Cameroonian and Chadian colleagues in the theological faculty has been a huge blessing. I think also one of the benefits of coming in as a naive outsider is that you're not immersed in some of the conflicts that emerge in any given church setting. One of the gifts that I can offer my colleagues at the university, for example, is that I'm not invested in any of these conflicts. I'm just open to everyone. You're here. Oh, you're here. Okay, so let's talk about scripture. Let's talk about ministry. And I know that that's sometimes the role that an outsider can play as a catalyst for healing some of these divisions that occur and are there in Chad just as they are in North America, just by virtue of being a non-anxious presence, asking different questions. We often ask for prayer for our particular ministries and our colleagues and for good relationships. The assumptions that we bring about how to bring change are not always the ways in which our Chadian colleagues are seeing change happen. We all need prayer for that wisdom.
The challenges are so many and have been there for a long time. It's easy to become discouraged, but recognizing that we are part of a community. Our Chadian colleagues have been at this much longer than we have, and so having the ears and the eyes to see where God is already at work and how we can join in that, I think those are the big things for hope, for energy, openness to see how God is moving and how we can learn from our Chadian colleagues. I would say that we definitely feel like the Western Church has a lot to learn from a context like Chad, from people who have been developing those faith muscles. There's a resilience there, there's an ability to hope, to think creatively, that something like COVID has shown us in the West that some of our muscles are a little underdeveloped in that area. The church in Chad, and I would think in a lot of contexts like Chad, has many, many years of experience with working with uncertainty, with creating new ways of living out their faith depending on the situation at hand, with responding with compassion to suffering. So we definitely feel like there's so much richness there that we have to learn from the Chadian church, and would love for other people to experience that as well.